All right. So this morning, I'm going to pose a question to you. Let me ask you this. Just try to imagine right now. Just clear your mind of all thoughts and just imagine, close your eyes and just imagine that you already have $65,000 sitting in your hands, in your bank account. It's accessible. You're enjoying life. You have no worries. Just imagine what it would feel like not to have any financial worries. Don't you think if you had $65,000 that was coming in again every single month, even if you only got it once though, wouldn't that make a major difference in your life? How would your life be different? What would it look like? Would you have maybe bought another car, a newer car, a better car? Would you have possibly said, I can upgrade. Let's see, 65,000 divided by 12 months. Let's see, I could afford to live in a better place for the next year. I could get out of a bad situation that I'm in. But one thing for sure, I think, is that you'd be able to sleep tonight. Just imagine being able to go to bed and sleep, knowing that you had that 65,000 in the bank. And what if you also knew that if you spent all of that money this month, first of all, what would you spend it all on? What would you spend it on? If you had to spend $65,000 this month, you absolutely had to spend it. What would you spend it on? What would you do with it? Can you even imagine what it would feel like to be able to spend that kind of money and not even consider that it's an issue? Just spend it all. Because you know that the next month, that same $65,000 is going to be right back in that bank account again. Even if you gambled it away, if you just went out and gave $65,000 away, you just gave it away, knowing no big deal. 65,000 is coming back next month too. Where that came from, more's coming. What if you could live that way? Month after month after month, knowing that if you spent that full $65,000 every month, that there's another $65,000 coming the next month, and possibly even more likely, even more likely, actually more likely than not, because of the way we're doing things here, more likely than not, you're going to be making 65,000 times 2 every month. Just because people come in here and put $20 here and $20 in something else. They do it 2 times, 20 here, 20 there. That's 130,000 a month, easy peasy right there. So let me just pose this question to you. You've got the $65,000 in your hands right now. Let's just imagine it's the only $65,000 you're ever going to have. You got $65,000 and there isn't any more coming. You just got it one time. You just got it one time. You're sitting there with $65,000 right now in your hands. Just kind of imagine what that looks like. $65,000 in your hands. You can't even hold that much cash in your hands. Did you know that? Because they don't make $1,000 bills. They come in $100 bills. They don't make $1,000 bill. Isn't that interesting? You'd think they would. There's enough millionaires. You know, I saw a report the other day that throughout the world, 1,700 people, that's almost 2,000 people, become millionaires every single day. Every single day. And you know what I know? Most all of those people have become millionaires because of some network marketing, online marketing thing they're doing. Something they're doing in marketing. I'll promise you that. I'll promise you it has something to do with marketing, each and every one of them. So keep in mind, our products that make us legal to do this, what we do, are marketing tools. They're marketing things, advertising, avatars. It's all marketing stuff that every person who's marketing anything is going to want. So that means you're going to be able to bring every single person on the planet who's marketing anything into what we're doing here. So let's go back to the question. You're sitting there with $65,000 in your hands in cash. In cash. Now, first of all, you're going to have it in some kind of a box or a very big purse, some kind of a bag, because you can't hold that much money in your hands. You know, you can barely hold $20,000 in your hands in cash, unless you got some really big, big hands. So let's just imagine you've got $65,000 in your hands. Have you ever had that much money even? Have you even ever had that much money accessible to you that you could just pull it out in cash and hold it? Have you ever had that? I'm going to tell you what. It's an amazing feeling. People get freaked out by it. I've watched what happens to people when they have $30,000, $40,000 in cash put in front of them, not even their own money, somebody else's money, just put out there for them to feel and touch and hold. And they're just like, it's like some strange, surreal feeling comes over. It's a lot of cash. That kind of money changes people's lives. To think that you can actually hold it in your hands, it's tangible, and you can touch it and feel it and know that, man, that little pile of cash right there has so much power to change people's lives. It's a strange feeling comes over the body. Did you know that it's actually illegal to transport large amounts of cash like that? It's illegal. It's illegal. And to move it from bank to bank takes an act of God. You got to sign all kinds of documents to move that kind of money around, actually. That large amount of money. They want to know where it came from, who got it, how they got it, blah, 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 blah. But just think about it. If you were sitting there right now holding $65,000 in cold, hard cash in your hot little hands, wow. Wow. And then imagine this. Somebody's trying to take it away from you. It's yours. It's all yours. Maybe you worked really hard to get it, and it's all yours. Maybe you spent a lifetime working to get that much cash that you could just pull it out and hold it in cash, and it has no significant place it has to go. Your bills are already paid, and you're sitting there holding $65,000, and somebody's trying to take it away from you. Somebody's trying to steal it from you. Would you not fight to keep it? Would you not fight to keep it? Would you not do every single thing within your power to keep it? Of course you would. You would fight tooth and nail to keep it. You would pull hair, scratch, and bite to keep it. Would you not? $65,000. In America, $65,000 would buy you half of the average house. Half of the average house. You could go into any middle income, lower to middle income neighborhood and buy a house and have paid for it with that much money. Have it half paid for. Something that most people spend at least 15 years getting to the point that a house is half paid for. Your average mortgage is 30 years. People spend 30 years making little payments trying to pay off a house. And in the course of that, guess what? They have spent 2 times more than what they bought the house for because of the interest on it. 2 times more than what they paid for it. You buy a $100,000 house, you finance it for 30 years, the end of 30 years, you've paid over $300,000. But if you could walk in and pay cash for a $100,000 house and put down $65,000 because it's right there in your hands, cold hard cash, you'd only owe another $60,000. You'd only be financing $60,000. You could pay off half of a house in one day. Maybe you turn that house into income. You rent it out for more money than the payments are on it. What if the next month you got another $65,000? You just pay that thing off, interest free. You're done. You didn't pay any interest on it. $65,000 can do a lot for you. Don't tell me you would not fight tooth and nail to keep it. I'm not gonna let anybody take that money from you. You might give away a little bit of it, but you know you can do a lot with that money. It's going to change your life, and you're going to upgrade your lifestyle with it, and you take care of your family before you let somebody else take it away from you. So, do you believe that time wasted is money lost? You understand that concept? That what you don't do now to improve your future, that every day you're given an allotment of what, 24 hours every day? That if you don't apply a certain amount of that time to doing something that's going to make a difference in your future, that's time lost, that you're never going to get back again. You're never going to get that day back again. You're never going to get those hours back again. Would you agree that that also is money lost? That's money lost for your future. And it could accumulate to being a whole lot of money, particularly with what we do. Because as you spend that time, that allotted time that you're given at birth, that allotted time, as you spend it, you need to be choosy where you spend your time. Like you need to be choosy about who your friends are. You would use discernment when you decide to bring somebody into your house. Use discernment when you decide how you're going to spend your time. Are you going to waste it? Because if you're wasting your time, it's pretty much the same as going to the toilet bowl and just sit there with some dollar bills and throw it in and flush it. Same difference. Same difference. Just go flush it. Might as well. You're wasting time, go flush some money down the toilet. It's the same difference. So, but if you spend that time wisely, by virtue of the fact of what we do here, you're making that time pay you more in your future than it ever would have paid you had you gone to spend that time working for, say, somebody else that's going to pay you for that single, maybe it's an hour you spend. You go somewhere else and spend an hour, they might pay you what, $10, $15, $20 an hour? That's all you're going to get out of it. But if you spend that time here with us, doing what we do, learn to do what we do, and spend that time doing what we do, that hour is going to pay you over and over and over and over again in your future. Well spent time. Well spent time, an investment in your future. Consider the time you spend doing what we do here an investment in your future. So spend it wisely. Spend your time wisely. Because we're going to help you make your money work. We're going to help you take $20 and put it to work to pay you back over and over and over and over again for the rest of your life, beyond your lifetime. So that you can have that $65,000 minimum coming in month after month after month after month and more. Really, more to the tune of $130,000, but y'all are already freaking out on me saying $65,000. And it's just such simple math that it becomes $65,000. It's such simple math. But the reality is, if you've activated 2 of these programs that are $20 each, you're looking at $130,000 a month minimum, not $65,000, not $65,000 at all, $130,000. Therefore, you could go out and buy that house in 1 month because you're rocking two things that are pumping out $65,000 a month at the same time. And all you did was put $20 on the table here and $20 over there. Now you went and told two more people how to do that. Who told two more people how to do that? Who told two more people how to do that? And in the process of them going to tell some more people, you went and told some other people. You invested some time making sure that you told some more people about it every day so that you could build up that $65,000. But are you doing it? Are you seriously taking this serious? Don't think some people are. Don't think some people are. And I think there's a whole lot of people who have said they were, got this, but I don't think they got this. I don't think they really got this because they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're not taking advantage of this time right now. They're letting somebody else take away their $65,000. If you haven't started building your two who get two, you just gave away your $65,000. Nobody even had to fight you for it. They're just taking it away. They're just taking it. You're letting it slip out of your fingers every day, every hour. You're letting it slip right out of your fingers. People don't even have to fight you to get it. It's not there for you because you haven't done the initial thing you got to do to make it happen. Help two, get two immediately. If you want 65,000 in 15 days, it requires, absolutely requires, it's inevitable that eventually every person who's activated a position in this is going to have that happen. Eventually, as everybody gets there too and creates all that spillover. But to get it in 15 days, guys, it requires that every single person who obtains a position in here absolutely gets their two people in their first 24 hours. That is the only way you can get the $65,000 in 15 days. It's the only way. If they don't do it in the first day, it's just going to take longer. It's not that it's not going to happen. It's just going to take longer. So I have to ask you, if you've got $65,000 in your hands, you know you would fight to keep it. So why won't you fight to get it? Isn't it worth the fight? Worth the fight? Worth the time invested? Isn't it worth investing your time now to get what you want sooner than later? $65,000 even once a month is a whole lot of money. If you don't have anything else out there going on, somebody hasn't showed you where their plan can create $65,000 in 15 days, then you know this is the most powerful thing out there. Ask anybody who's flashing anything at you. Look at the compensation plan. Look at that program. Can it even possibly create $65,000 in 15 days? Is there even the potential for it to do that? Is it in the math? Do you see it in the math? Is it plain and simple and easy to see? Our compensation plan is the simplest and easiest thing to figure out. It's simple math. There's no slippage in it. There's no breakage for the company to just make a bunch of money on it. $3 out of every person's $20 every month goes into the company. That helps pay our programmers to make us better. There's no breakage in here for the company. All the money's going into the hands of the people. This whole thing, the school is built by the people for the people. You are the people. Build it for the other people. Build it. Build it for yourself. Build it for your families. Build it. Build it now, not later. Build it now so you can have the $65,000 sooner than later. Don't wait on other people. Take the bull by the horns. You make it happen. You make it happen. Is it worth it to you? What if there was no such thing as spillover, but you knew that if you had two, you could have $65,000 with no spillover effect at all? Wouldn't you see value enough in that to apply the time it took to get it? You're never going to make that kind of job working for another company somewhere. Chances are you're never going to win the lottery. You're not going to win the Publishers Clearinghouse. If you don't have something else out there that's going to promise you this kind of money, guarantee you this kind of money, but you can see it in this mathematical formula, you can see that it can be a reality, inevitable, that it will happen based on the activity of each person, just bringing two people. You can see the inevitable reality of it. Then what are you waiting for? I'm not making you a promise. I'm just telling you. It's in the math. It's an inevitable reality. Provided you get your two and help them get their two, and they get their two, and everybody gets their two. That's all it takes. It's so simple, so easy, it's almost ridiculous. Any child in elementary school can do this much math. If you graduated from high school, I know you understand this much math. If you can add 2 and 2, multiply any number by 2, you can figure out this makes sense. It adds up. It simply adds up. 2 who get 2, who get 2, who get 2. Simple, 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 simple. Now, you got tools to go out and share this with people. Maybe you're using them, maybe you're not. But I know that a lot of you have got people you've introduced it to, but they have yet to secure that VIP. They're not in this until they secure that VIP and grab that next position. And maybe they don't understand the power of what this is. So I'm going to suggest that when this video gets out, you make sure you have shared it with every person who has viewed your link and filled out the form and shown up now in your view leads area. They need to understand they're missing out if they have not secured that next position in this pre-launch build out for the avatars and also for the activity that goes on with the NMAS program, the money train opening up for them. They have no way of knowing about those things unless you forward these training calls to them. They're not going to understand the power, the implication of what they've got having a free account in the school. It's not going to come across to them because they're looking at logging in and looking at what's on the front page. Most people can't comprehend what they read. They don't, and they're distracted, so they don't read it. They got other things going on in their mind, so they read things and they're just catching a few words and they're really not even comprehending what they're reading. It's a statistic proven fact that people only retain about 25%, comprehend and retain about 25% of what they read. They comprehend and retain about 50% of what they read and hear. Somebody's narrating it, maybe about 50%. What they view in a video and hear and read at the same time becomes about 75% of what they retain and comprehend. This is the challenge right here, is getting through that barrier of people's inability to comprehend and read something and understand what they've just read. You somehow have to put in front of them these training videos that express the power of what we have here, what they have at their fingertips because they have made that free account in the school. You got to get this in front of them. You got to get them to realize the power of a force-fed 2x matrix. Most people don't even know what that means. Our programmers did not know what it means. I had to explain it to them, and they've been programming compensation plans for other programs. It is a rare formula that's not often used because companies want breakage. They want more money going to the companies. We're not here to make AI wealthy. We're here to make people wealthy. This is a mission. We're on a mission to eradicate poverty, not to make AI wealthy. AI doesn't need any money. We got minimal bills to pay every month. A couple $1,000s covers it all. AI doesn't need any money. We want people to have money because we want to eradicate poverty. Why do we want to do this so badly? Because poverty is killing our planet. It's making people ruthless. People who live in poverty are desperate and do ruthless things. People who have money don't steal. They don't need to. They just go buy stuff. And then what they buy, when they've got too much stuff and they want more new stuff, they just give away all that old stuff. They don't care. They don't even have a garage sale. They just dump it on a thrift store somewhere. So we're going to be using thrift stores actually to pull people into the store that need benevolence help and use the money from people who are donating all that stuff they don't want to actually pay it forward for people who are impoverished to come in here and be falling into this force-fed matrix into your downline so we can force them to have an income, teach them what we're doing, and they'll never be poor again, will they? So we are promoting a fundraiser to open up thrift stores. Please share that fundraiser around. As you see it popping up, share that all day long with everybody. Put it out on your Facebook page every single day, because those thrift stores are going to cause a flood of people coming into your downline. But make sure that every single person who has hit your link and made a free account in AAI is very well aware of these force-fed matrix build-outs and how important it is to lock in your position now. It's only $20. Lock it in. So you're in position to collect the spillover, to start building, get your two, help them get their two, help them get their two, get them all locked in now so that when this thing officially launches, you guys are collecting massive income on day one because of all the people that are already underneath you that locked in a VIP. There should be people making $65,000 on our first day. We've already filled the matrix from the company down through 7 levels. About 50% of the 8th level is already full, and there's people under there that have already started building down deeper. It's going down, down, down now. So if you're on the 2nd level, know that you're already full through at least 6 levels. If you got the positions on the 2nd level of the company, you're already full through 6 levels. 6 levels of a 15-level matrix. We haven't even launched yet. There's going to be no excuse and no reason for anybody in here not to be able to have $65,000 on opening day unless they simply have not got who got their two, something that could be done in 15 days as everybody gets their two on their first day. 15 days later, your matrix is full, but everybody must get their two on their first day. So when you bring in new people, don't let them just sit there doing nothing. Make sure they understand how fast they could have $65,000 in their hands. Get two and help them get two. Get two and help them get two. Get two and help them get two. That's all that it takes. It's so simple. It's so easy. It's so simple and so easy. It's almost sinful. Talk about a decadent dessert. Guys, doesn't get any better than this. There's nothing else out there that comes close to matching what you've got here. Nothing is simple, nothing is easy, and nothing this inexpensive. And I got all these people flashing all this crazy stuff to me about making money in crypto. And every time I turn around, those same people that flash that crazy stuff at me about crypto, now I'm going to say, okay, you got some extra money? Put it there. You want to play with it? You want to gamble with it? Put it there. But apply your attention and your time to the sure shot. The inevitable, cannot fail system that's going to put $65,000 at minimum in your pocket every single month, month after month for the rest of your life. That crypto stuff, up and down, up and down. The very same people that are always about some crypto thing, the next thing I know, that crypto thing's been hacked. They lost all their money. They're not making anything. They're broke. Every single one of them, every time. Every time. Apply your time and effort to a sure deal. You got a sure deal here. You cannot fail. You cannot fail. But do your part. Help your two get there too. Don't just pull them into the school to open a free account. Make sure they understand what they've got here. Make sure they understand the power of this 2x matrix stuff. It's imperative that you do. Don't just keep bringing more people, and nobody gets a VIP. Nobody locks in a spot in this pre-build on this 2x force-fed matrix. What's the point? If you're just going to let them sit there and never know what they've got, they're busy advertising something else. They came in, got their free account here in the school, and now they're still out there marketing that other Yahoo thing they're doing. Instead of understanding what they've got here and that all they need to do is put that other thing they're doing on the money train, and that by virtue of building this, they're going to have people who are going to sign up with them in that thing. But you're going to let them keep struggling out there because you're not going to take the time to make sure they understand the power of this 2x matrix and how they could have $65,000 in their pocket in 15 days. If those numbers scare you, do the math. Write it in the palm of your hand. Let me tell you something. Every morning, I come into my desk and I grab a Sharpie marker, and in the palm of my hand, I trace over where I wrote it the day before. Big $sign, 6, 5, K. This is in red in the palm of my hand. Every month. Now, do you think I care for 1 minute if somebody saw that, what they would think about it? Do you think for 1 minute that I care what somebody would think about me writing that in the middle of my hand? If I'm out shopping, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I'm around my family, anybody, everybody knows what I'm about. And all day long, I get to look at that, no matter what I'm doing, you know, and it doesn't wash off. I wash my hands many times a day, sanitizers, all kinds of things. The next morning, it's still there. You can faintly see it. I get my marker and I write right over it again. All day long, it's right there in the palm of my hand, reminding me that if I'm wasting time right now, I'm keeping myself from that $65,000. I'm pushing it away. I'm pushing it away. Every minute, every hour that I waste of doing something that doesn't have to be done, I'm pushing that money away. Are you pushing your future away? Are you pushing the things that you want, that you dream about, that you say you want? If you want something bad enough, you're going to quit wasting time. You're going to do what you need to do to get that $65,000 because you know you can't get it anywhere else. You can't get it anywhere else. If you could, I'd be telling you about that. I'd be telling you about that. This is a sure deal. Apply your time and your money to things that are sure deals. Then when you have extra money, you can play around with all the rest of it. But apply your time and your money to sure deals. And this is a sure deal. You can't lose. You can't fail. But you do need to lock up that position, and you need to make sure you have two people who have locked up their position, and that they have two people who have locked up their position, and that those people have two people that have locked up their position. That's the thing you need to be working on. Making sure that every person who's underneath you in this school already, every person you've already attracted to this school, understands the power of this force-fed 2x matrix. Most people have never heard that term. They don't know what it means. It means you can't fail, is what it means. It means the money's just waiting for you, is what it means. It's simple, it's easy, and it's cheap. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want $65,000 on the day we launch this thing? When do you want that $65,000? When do you want it? It's called network marketing. That means you network with your people. I come in here every day. I'm here all day long on this Zoom call. Why? To network with you, to network with the people you bring here. Yet y'all hardly use me at all. And I'm here all day long. Where have you ever had anybody in your upline, even a sponsor, let alone somebody from the company, make themselves available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Where have you ever seen that? And why would I do that? Because I know you can really have $65,534. And I am going to commit myself to helping you get it. So why don't you use me? I'm here working for you. For you. I'm here to help you. But you don't even use me. Interesting. So today represents the middle of the week. We got a few more days for people who have activated in GDI with you on the little $10 thing, no-brainer deal. Everybody who activates these little $20 deals, that's another $100 in your pocket right there. If you get 5 people before Sunday night at midnight, that's an extra $100 in your pocket. You can earn it before you even pay them a penny. How many of your people that you have sitting in your view leads area have even done that? Yet they're out there spending all kinds of money on some crypto deal they're probably going to lose all their money on. Do the sure deals. Do the sure things. The sure things are what we're doing with You Reap What You Sow. $6. One time out of pocket. Never another penny out of pocket. You're going to start with $6 and you're going to get back $28. 14 payments of $2 each, 28 bucks, because you put out $6. GDI, $10. Every person you bring in that understands this force-fed matrix stuff, they're going to put their $10 there too, because it's just money back in your pocket. As soon as they get there too, who understand this force-fed matrix stuff, bam, there's you another $65,000 out of GDI as well. Everything we do here is about putting another 65,000 and another 65,000 and another 65,000 in your pocket multiple times every month. Where in the world can you even begin to think you could be pulling in $130,000, $240,000 every month and more? If you activate all the things that I talk about, 5 of them, you're making $65,000 every month 5 times, at least 5 times. 5 times $65,534. Where do you think you can go and pull in that kind of money? We're talking over $700,000 a month between all 5 programs, all based on a force-fed 2x matrix, paying $1 a person every month. Where in the world could you go and generate that kind of money? You tell me. but you got to start by getting that first 65,000. If that's not enough to motivate you, think about the fact that it's not 65,000, it's 65,000 minimum multiplied by at least 5 times. And you're out of pocket 20, 20, 20, 10, and 6. 20, 40, 60, $76 to generate how much? Over $700,000 a month, every month. And actually, you could have all of that in 15 days too. If all of your everybody's two people activated every single one of those things, all 5 of those things, everybody would be making over $700,000 in 15 days. So don't say I'm over exaggerating when I talk about 65,000 in 15 days, because it's really could be so much more. So much more. But that just blows your mind too much. That just blows your mind too much. You can't handle it. So I talk about 65,000 in 15 days. But do the math. It's there. It's just waiting for you. It's just waiting for you. Are you going to go get it? Are you going to fight to get it? Are you just going to leave it dangling out there? Somewhere in your future, you'll get it, but you might be dead. Come on. Isn't it worth it to get it now and change your life now? Have the rest of your life be different from the first part of your life? If you're 40 years old, you're halfway through your life. If you're 60 years old, you've been struggling, working for probably 40 years of your life. Aren't you tired? Wouldn't you like to change it? Aren't there things you dreamed of doing when you were 20 that you gave up on those dreams in your 40s, realizing how hard it was to make money? You were never going to get there, so you just gave up on the dream because it's better not to dream about it than to be sad and feel, like you're never going to have it. You got a chance here. You're being blessed with a way, not an opportunity, an absolute way. It's a weapon to annihilate poverty. So obviously it is a way for you to have everything you ever dreamed about and more. Recognize that. Recognize that. Maybe God chose you as somebody special because out of billions of people in the world, you're a handful of people that even know about it. So you have a big responsibility, first of all, to share it with the rest of the world. It only works if you work it. It only works if you work it. It ain't going to do it by itself. And you can't sit around just waiting on your upline. That's hardly fair. All you got to do is get 2 people. Hello. You want $65,000 for doing nothing? Really? Come on. Do your part. Go get your 2. Help them get their 2. Make sure everybody knows how powerful this is. You can't lose. Once you're placed in that matrix, once you're placed in any of these things, that's a permanent position that you own forever. It's an asset you're going to pass on to your families. It's going to produce income beyond your lifetime. Get busy and do what it takes to do. Do the little thing you got to do now. Invest the little bit of time it takes to make this happen now, so you can also enjoy that money before you die. Because it's going to keep coming in when you're dead and gone. And your family's going to be enjoying it. Isn't it worth it to make it happen now so you can enjoy it before you go? You can change your life here right now. Right now. Starting today. I'd be thinking real seriously about where you spend your time. And I would go write that 65K with the $ in front of it in the palm of your hand to remind you all day long, Yep, I got to get out there. I got to talk to some people. I got to start talking to some people. I need to make some phone calls. I need to send some emails. I need to post some stuff on my Facebook page. I need to get that recording out to everybody that's in my view leads list. I need to forward that email. If you're looking at that in the palm of your hand all day long, you're going to be reminding yourself, you're going to be thinking about how you spend your time and what you're keeping yourself from. It ought to be a burning desire in your heart to spend every minute you can scrounge up doing the do that needs to be done. Doing the do that needs to be done. Do the do, and it will happen for you sooner than later. You're going to sit around and wait on your upline, wait on spillover. You're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back, and you're keeping something from other people that will change their life. Shame on you. Shame on you. You're keeping something from other people that will change their life and eradicate poverty, and you're going to keep it a secret? You know what? I feel like the Cheshire Cat. I know something that most of the world doesn't know. It's a big secret right now. It's a big secret. You should feel like the Cheshire Cat. I can't wait to tell somebody about it. I know the biggest, greatest secret ever. Second to salvation for your soul. The second biggest secret ever. And you're going to keep it to yourself? That's stingy and selfish. Where's your heart? Put your heart in this. Care enough about other people to make sure they know about it. We're out to eradicate poverty with a passion. Passion comes from a feeling in your heart of desire that you're overwhelmed with. Passion is an overwhelming emotion that moves you to action. Get a passion to eradicate poverty. Get a hatred for poverty. My heart bleeds with hatred for poverty. Poverty ruins people. It comes from someplace evil. It is not God's plan for anybody. He didn't create you so that you could suffer. He wants you to live in joy and happiness. And it's so much easier to do it when you have money. People who live impoverished have to do desperate things to survive. They live in survival mode constantly in survival mode. It's time to liberate them. Give them the relief that they need. Quit being selfish. Share it. Sharing is caring. All right. God bless everybody. I'm going to cut off the, wonder if I even did start the recording here. I did. All right. Oh, tell you what, let's just get into Q&A real quick. Anybody got any questions here this morning about anything? Are you getting the emails, or do you have the information about the thrift stores? Please help get that word out about the thrift stores. We need to gather up donations as quickly as possible before that location is snatched up by some other person, by some other business. We want that location. There's too many things about it that are just perfect. Not only that, I already have 4 40-foot shipping containers full of stuff to put in that thrift store to start it off. So help me secure that location. It is perfect. I have volunteers in the area to help activate, do what we need to do to put that store in motion. And I think that the owner of the center is impressed with the concept. I think he'll work with us very well, and it'll be a long-term standing, long-time business in his center. I think he sees that, and that our activity is actually going to pull a lot of people into his shopping center, which is going to help his other tenants. So please get the word out about the thrift store, get that fundraiser out there. We need to raise about $20,000 as quickly as possible within the next week. So I want you pounding that fundraiser out there to people, pounding it out there. We've got to just push it hard. You know, millions of people all over the world. This is a nationwide effort. We open one store, we'll be opening another store and another store and another store. This is an ongoing fundraiser to help us open a store in every state, at least one store in every state. And then we'll double up and we'll have 2 stores open and 3 stores and 4 stores in every state. So please help push that fundraiser, because those stores are going to pile up people in your downline in these matrices. Everybody that comes in that store seeking benevolence help is going to get placed into these matrices immediately. They will never have to go looking for financial help again. We're going to rescue families with those stores, please, and the elderly, particularly the elderly. Please help us get the stores open. Donate as much as you can and encourage your friends and family, everybody you're connected with in Facebook. Put that fundraiser out there in those groups, just like you advertise what we're doing here at the school. Put that fundraiser out there in those groups. You know, a couple of dollars from each person. It only takes 10,000 people with $2 each. $2 each, 10,000 people, that's 20,000. We meet the goal, the first goal of getting the first store secured. So please help us get that going.
$5.
Joanne, thank you for all the work that you're doing there.
Well, I'm trying, and I'll tell you something. I got a very nasty, some guy, he said, "Are you a Nigerian?" I wrote him back. I mean, you can't believe how vile stuff that came out of his mouth. I said, you know what?
I don't pay any attention to people like that.
I said, you know, I'm so busy. I'm not even going to take the time to report you, but you should be ashamed of yourself. And as far as being a Nigerian, no, I'm a Chicagoan.
And this is an American-based 501c3. That would be a total idiot that would have said something like that to you. It says in the statement 501c3. Anybody who knows anything knows that's a nonprofit organization filed with the United States government.
Right. The guy was a sicko. Okay.
He's a moron. I'm sorry. He's a moron.
Yeah. But there's $65 in there now. Yay. Somebody put in 25 bucks anonymously.
Let's rock it, guys. Let's get it out there. Let's get it out there all over those groups. Y'all are in all those network marketing groups with hundreds of thousands of people in them. Let's blast that thing out there. We need these stores, because these stores are going to turn around and pay you back. All these people who come into those stores are going to end up in your downline in these force-fed matrices. We're going to make them make money here. It ain't going to be an option. The store's going to pay their $20 and activate them into these matrices and GDI. The store is going to put that money out. We don't want them coming back asking for help the next month. We want them to have more than enough money to pay their bills. And guess what's going to happen? Those people are going to go get everybody they know. We make a bunch of people that walk in the store seeking help with a utility bill, rent, whatever it is they come in there seeking help for. And all we're doing is converting stuff that people don't want anymore. They just dump it in there. So they come in there looking for help. We're just going to take the money that we have sold all that stuff for. And the first thing they're going to get is this position in these matrices and in GDI. We're going to make those accounts for them right there in that store at that very moment. They're going to sit down with a counselor, and we're going to make those accounts for them right there in the computer. Have them go in and make the accounts. And we're going to make sure they don't come back in the next month needing more help again. Because the people who come in the store, the next people who come in the store the next day, they're falling in underneath the people who came in the day before. Who are and the next day, the same thing happens. I figure there'll be at least 50 people every day from every store that we open that will be entering into these matrices, at least 50 people a day. Depends on how many counselors we have available, because they will be making appointments to come in for benevolence help. So depending on how many counselors we have available to meet with these people, sit down with them and go over their finances and what their problems are, that's how many people, if we got one person working every day and they see one person every hour, that's 8 people a day to that one counselor. We got eight counselors in there seeing a person every hour. That's 64 people in a day that we can put into here from, So, and there will be volunteers from the community that want to get involved in this project. They first want to help support the effort to support the needs of the people in the community by helping in the store, convert that money into things that will help pay their utility bills, rent, food, run a food bank out of the back of the store. There's all kinds of things we can do there to help the community. There's going to be a lot of volunteers come into play on these thrift stores. But then we're going to put every single person who comes through the door looking for help into this matrix. And we're just going to force them into income. No, it's inevitable. There's no way around it. Once they're in, once they got a position in here, the next day, all the people who come in from multiple different stores, they're all coming in underneath all of this downline. They're all coming in. So think about where you guys sit right now, who you are sitting at the top. All of this is going to be coming in underneath you. You think you're not going to get to the $65,000? Just help me get these stores open. Watch it flow. Just watch it flow. All right, Beverly, I'm going to let you pull up the pledge. We'll just get into that. I don't see any other hands up here. So, yeah, we are going to blast. We're going to make history, guys. Let me tell you that right now. We are going to make history. All right, let's get into our pledge here.
And after I need to share screen with you, something with 14 Eagles.
Okay, let's get through this and then we'll get into everybody's personal stuff. All right, here we go. Everybody unmute, repeat after Beverly.
Perfect.
Sometimes.
Oh my God,
Are
that's
you-
so small.
A little bigger,
There we
yeah, okay. Okay, perfect, thank you, thank
All
you.
right, everybody unmute. Let's get committed. What's this
Let's
about?
go.
Time
I
to
have
go to
been
battle.
blessed
I have been blessed
with the knowledge and the weapon
with the knowledge and the weapon
Weapon.
that will eradicate poverty
that will eradicate poverty
simply and easily.
simply and easily.
I have the power
I have the power
and the solution
and the
And the
solution
solution.
to help end the problems
to help end the problems
Again, the
that
problem.
poverty breeds.
that poverty
Poverty
breeds.
breeds.
I am an intricate part
I am an intricate part
Intricate part
of ending the suffering
of ending the
Ending
the
suffering
of millions of people
of millions of people
millions of people
around the world.
around the world.
I respect and honor
I respect
respect
and
and
honor
the privilege and ability
the privilege
privilege
and
and
ability
Mobility.
that has been bestowed on me
that has been bestowed on me
to make a difference in poverty.
to make a difference in poverty.
Difference in poverty.
I will not waste time.
I will not
Will
waste
not
time.
Will not waste time.
I hasten to the call of duty
I hasten to the call of duty
and pledge to give my best
and pledge to give my best
every day to this cause
every day to this cause
in the interest of all mankind.
in the interest of all mankind.
Before my God,
Before my
Oh
God,
my God.
who wants his people to prosper,
who wants his people to prosper,
I make this pledge.
I make this pledge.
Semper Fi.
Semper Fi. All right. Robert, are you here?
No, he's not here.
Oh, he's not? Oh,
He must have left.
okay. Well, we typically say our affirmations. So I'm going to just pull up his affirmations and we'll just recite them. They are, in the training area of your back office right here in your financial journey. Very important you get familiar with that little button. Everything you need to use, know, add samples, copies, recordings, trainings, it's all in this area. So we're going to go into our pledge and affirmations right here. All right, y'all. What you speak out loud, you bring to fruition. Here we go. I am grateful.
I am grateful.
Money comes to me
Money
Money
comes to me
Me.
in increasing quantity
And it increases
increasing
from multiple sources
from
from multiple sources.
on a continuous basis.
On a continuous basis.
I am a money magnet.
I am a
Money
money
magnet.
I earn $10,000 per month
I earn $10,000 per month.
from network marketing.
Network marketing.
I am healthy.
I'm healthy.
I am wealthy.
I am wealthy.
Healthy.
I am happy.
I
I'm
am
happy.
happy.
I am loved.
I
I
am
am
loved.
loved.
I am
looking.
success.
I'm success.
Success.
I am prosperity.
I
I
am
am
prosperity.
prosperity.
I am abundance.
I am abundant.
Abundance.
I am money.
I am money.
I am the universe.
I am universe.
I am amazing.
I am amazing.
I
Amazing.
am that I
I
am.
am
that
that
I
I
am.
am.
Every day in every way,
Every day and every way,
In every way.
I am getting better and better.
I'm getting better and better.
and better.
Better.
The Lord is my shepherd.
The
Lord is my
Lord is my
shepherd.
shepherd.
I shall not want.
I
I
shall not
not
walk.
want.
This is the day
This
This
is
is
the
the
day
the Lord has made.
The
Lord is
the Lord
made.
has
made.
made.
I will rejoice
I will
I will
rejoice
rejoice
and be glad in it.
and be
be
and be
glad
glad in it.
in it.
I allow the energy of wealth,
I
Allow
allow
the energy
The
of
energy
wealth,
of wealth,
prosperity,
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 abundance,
abundance,
compassion,
passion,
compassion,
and empathy
and
empathy
empathy
to flow into my
flow
heart
to
Flow into
flow
my
into
heart.
my heart
and my life today.
and
in
life
my life
today.
today.
By thought, the thing I want
By
By
thought,
thought, the thing I
the
want
thing I want
comes to me,
comes to me.
me,
but only by action
but only
Only
by
by
action
by actions,
do I receive it.
do I
receive
receive
it.
it.
So I think big
So
So
I
I
think
think big
big,
and act on it daily.
and
and
act
act
on
on
it
it
daily.
daily.
I create
I
I
create
I
create
create
as I speak.
as
as
I
I
as
speak.
I speak.
Amen.
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 And
So it
amen.
is.
And amen.
And do we have Joseph with us? Wonderful.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
God, today we really need you to guide and direct. And we thank you for this opportunity. And as we go forth with the boldness and the determination that you would put things in place where they need to be and have us to be where we're supposed to be and do what we're supposed to do and to play our part where it is and to do it with a determination as never before. And I thank you for this day. I thank you for this opportunity. For this will never come again. And things will never be like they are. So we're going to work to make it better, to improve. And we just thank you for it, for everything that we have done, the things that we are doing, the people that are here, and those that will come as we go today. Guide us and help us. Say amen.
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 So it is. All right.